the dossier of the FBI is what is hurting the president in his approval ratings and could hurt Republicans in the midterms?
Absolutely not. I think the American people know exactly the type of man that the president is. He is a man who speaks directly to the American people without the filter of the different media sources that tend to not focus on the positive things that he's doing. His Twitter account is something that he uses, and it is an effective tool. The president believes...
But why is he randomly tweeting about the dossier and the FBI the morning after Christmas? And by the way, we have been focusing on his accomplishments in this show, but go ahead.
I wasn't talking about this show, Pam. I think you're doing an excellent job today. But I think that what the president is doing is focusing on the things that are both good and both bad as it relates to his administration. Something that is bad is this dossier. Listen to Mano. Let me translate everything that Mano tried to say. There is no Russia collusion. The FBI special investigator Mueller did not have anything in his initial findings that tied the Trump campaign or the Trump White House to Russia. So
no, hold on. Sorry, Paris. I have to jump in here. He was saying that they haven't. None of these charges stemmed from the dossier. He did not say that there is no evidence of possible collusion between the campaign and Russia. Speaking for my colleague, I heard him. He didn't say that.
Well, I'll say it, and I'll also go on to say that in this country, you're innocent until proven guilty. But if you look at the media, and if you look at what liberals are trying to do, they're trying to say the president, the White House, and the Trump campaign are guilty of nothing. You are innocent. There have been no charges, no charges, no proof, no evidence of any collusion. And that is what the president is frustrated with, especially when you see some of the things that are coming out from these FBI investigators. Some have tweeted things that are anti-Trump. Some have been major donors to the Clinton campaign. And the fact that you see some of these emails that have been received that weren't done in a proper channel. And so the president is right to go ahead and American people that he believes that this is a distraction, not just to the president, but to the American people. We should move forward and look to the things that are really going on with respect to Russia, because we're trying to say that the Trump campaign had something to do with colluding with Russia, rather than focusing on, let's say, was there any collusion between the Democrats? Was there any collusion between the Clinton campaign? But we don't want to focus on that. So the president is right to focus on, at times, the issue
we
that
can
he
just
brings
tell
up
you
with
that
Russia.
Special Counsel Mueller's investigation is focused on many aspects, but also whether the Russians and the Trump campaign, whether that there was any coordination. But do you think that, Mayor Nutter, he has a point here that some of these, texts from the FBI showing political bias and donations to Democratic parties is tainting the Russia investigation? Does Paris have a point?
No, he doesn't. And other than his blood pressure being up this morning, that's straight out of the usual talking
points.
My
blood pressure is just fine, Mayor.
Hey, Paris. Happy holidays to you,
fine.
And let me finish.
Merry Christmas.
Let me finish.
Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
Finish, but don't talk about my health. My blood
Can
pressure is fine.
Okay,
finish
go ahead.
your point.
Calm down, brother. First of all,
don't
4 people have been indicted.
Down me. First of all, don't talk about somebody's health. My blood pressure is not high. Finish your point if you have one.
Okay, Mayor Nutter, let's focus on the point you're trying to make here.
Sure.
He doesn't have one.
Four people have been indicted. One was the National Security Director. One was the campaign chairman, for a variety of things. That's one. Special Counsel Mueller's investigation is nowhere near over and continues on its proper course. Third, the president, as usual, in his unfocused and undisciplined way, is still obsessed about things that took place in the past. And one might say, as usual, he doth protest too much. So, the bottom line is he has the lowest approval rating of anyone in modern times. At some point, he'll actually accept that he did win the election. He has to govern and not just talk to the people who like him. And so that's what really governing is all about. That's what happens after you get elected, not staying focused on battling every old fight from a year or two ago, and that's why his approval rating is in the dump.
All right, I want to talk about another tweet this morning from the president, Ron. He tweeted about health care, saying based on the fact that the very unfair and unpopular individual mandate has been terminated as part of our tax cut bill, which essentially repeals over time Obamacare, the Democrats and Republicans will eventually come together and develop a great new health care plan. But Ron, Mitch McConnell told NPR that the Senate will be